Today's topic is multiplying decimals and the powers of 10 from Unit 11. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand the process and execute the multiplication operation when multiplying decimals by 10 and their exponents, and you'll know you'll have it when you can get the correct product by multiplying through mental math. Vocabulary for this lesson, you'll want to know what a decimal is, a number that represents a whole and a fraction with the whole number on the left of the decimal point and the fraction on the right of the decimal point, and then place value, the value of a digit within the number. Understanding what place value is where and how to move from place value to place value is going to be something necessary for you to understand how to do this skill. So we want to remember that powers of 10, it essentially, when we see an exponent on 10, we're talking about the amount of zeros, because 10 times 10 is equal to 100, 10 times 10 times 10 is equal to 1,000, 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 is equal to 10,000. The exponent equates to the number of times we're multiplying 10. And essentially, a trick here would be, it tells us how many zeros are going to be behind our 1. All right, so 10 to the 4th is 1 with 4 zeros. 10 to the 3rd is a 1 with 3 zeros. 10 to the 2nd, or 10 squared, is 1 with 2 zeros. So remember that we have our base and then we have our exponent here as well. Our exponent is going to be vital information for multiplying by powers of 10. So the easiest way to do this is to set up our problem and walk our decimal place however many place values our exponent is going to tell us. So if we look here, walk decimal the dog one place to the right for each exponent. So you can see in our example, 13.478, if it's 10 squared, my decimal goes 2 place values. If it's times 1,000 or 10 cubed, my decimal goes 3 place values. The number of zeros also equates to the amount of places that my decimal is going to move. So if we have a exponent or we have a base 10 number, that's going to make it easiest for us to move our decimal point and get our product. So, for example, this is what we would do when we are given a number times a power of 10. So I have 8.956. I'm going to look at my decimal point, or not my decimal point, my exponent, and it's going to tell me how many places over my decimal is going to go. When we multiply, we will always walk decimal the dog to the right. So that means that I'm going to start at my decimal point and I'm going to jump 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Wherever I land is where my decimal point's new place is going to be. So the product of 8.956 times 10 to the 3rd is 8,956. Essentially, this also is 8.956 times 1,000, which these zeros tell me the same thing. It's 3 zeros, so I'm going to walk it over 3 places, and I get the same thing. If this exponent was 5, I would walk my decimal point 5 places. If it was 4, I would walk it 4 places. Same steps every single time. The exponent, or the number of zeros, is going to be the biggest information that we will need to complete this process. We'll be working on this this week in class, so if you need extra assistance on it, please join me there. And I hope this was helpful.